Good morning, this is Neil Spate, Thurrock Nub News, on an absolutely glorious, beautiful autumnal morning. The sun is shining, and in front of me is a really remarkable story. And we're going to talk to the man who made it happen, Paul Luke, in a few minutes. But look at this fantastic electric milk float. It's been restored. It's absolutely pristine, and you'll be seeing it around the roads in the region shortly. And the man behind the project is Paul Luke, well known in the area, does a huge amount for local community, and this is a project close to your heart, Paul.
Hello Neil, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, what it was, some years ago, probably about 15-20 years ago, I come by this milk float. It had been passed on to St Clair's Hall Golf Club by Partridge's Dairies, who gave up in 1999. They had 4 there at the golf club, and one of the milk floats there was my old Milkman Collins float. And I'd hoped to get hold of that and restore that, but when we went down there, me and another enthusiast, we found out they'd moved some milk floats around by a forklift and dropped them on each other, so that was game over for those. Then we found these 2 at the back, so I had it for a while, passed it on to a friend because it was really a similar registration block number to his dad's milk float at United Dairies. He was going to restore it. Years and years later, it sort of sat idle at a farm in Clacton. He never got round to restoring it, unfortunately, before he passed away, so his family gave me it back at the end of last year, and I vowed to restore it to the sort of wonderful situation it's in now, all working and drivable and spick and span like you see it.
And is this a hobby, or is it going to be actually put to use?
Well, yeah, I mean, originally it was the idea was to deliver milk when I had EcoFresh Dairy. That's not the plan at the moment. There is a plan maybe to use it for the Eco Treats business, but possibly more for this, more sort of get it out to rallies and show people as a vehicle of yesterday, really.
Yeah, it's certainly a throwback in time. We'll just have another walk round. I mean, and we're going to just give it a little spin around the yard in a minute. But Partridge's Dairies. Tell us a little bit about Partridge's Dairies.
So Partridge's Dairies is an old established Stanfield company. They were going from about the 1900s, and they originally were on the prams delivering milk into people's churns on the doorstep. Then as time went on, they sort of got involved with different companies that were bottling their milk for them after they finished bottling their own milk, probably about 1950, 1960. And then they were buying off the likes of Unigate and Lord Rayleigh's. The next job, which would be harder than probably restoring the float, is to try and get rid of some of these old Lord Rayleigh's Farms crates.
Oh, right.
Which was a dairy in Hatfield Peveril in Chelmsford, who Partridge's bought the of. So they sort of went on and were heavily into electrics. They had 2 diesel vans there, and the rest of the fleet, about 30 vehicles, was all these electrics and some a couple of different freewheelers as well. But in 1999, sadly, they sold their business to MD Foods in Grays.
Right. I'm sure lots of people will remember Partridge Dairies. There are 1 or 2 people watching at the moment, and maybe some of them will have memories of seeing these milk floats. But I'll tell you what, shall we give it a little spin around the yard? Go on. We'll... There we go. Apparently the brake pedal, the pedals are the different way around. Is that right?
And this is they're left and right the other way, and it's quite jumpy. So let them get out of the way.
There you go. Look, there's always somebody gets in the way. But, it's got a fair lick of pace then.
Yeah. So it's quite jumpy for that third wheel. You got to be aware where the bumps are.
Right. Tremendous. Well, there you go. Hopefully that's brought a few memories back for people of Partridge Dairies. Paul, well done on completing the project. And I know it's something that you're very proud of. And a tribute to your friend?
Yep, CBO Electrics in Oxford done the restoration for us, and Richard Rowley, the guy whose father had one of these milk floats at United Dairies. As I say, we took the purple milk float all the way to Cranham to his funeral last year, with a tribute on it, and his family, we just about got in front of the funeral cortege because it was playing up a bit on that day, and his family were amazed to see that turn up. So
fantastic. Well, very well done indeed. As I say, I'm sure that's brought back a few memories. Well done indeed.